Now at this level of view, it can be somewhat difficult to actually see. So let's get in here a bit closer. And as you can see, when I zoom in on a particular time, all of the other graphs zoom in as well. And that's a relatively new feature anyway. Previously, you would just zoom in on a single one. You'd have to line these up or use a group zoom function. But you can see as I've zoomed in here, there is a bar. A sort of a blue or purple bar, or depends on what way you want to actually define it in terms of your colors, and then a yellow bar. And what does that mean? And you can also see that over here on the primary it's the reverse, so you've got a yellow bar then a blue bar, and those basically correspond to state transitions. So let's just zoom in a little bit further. So you can see there is actually a gap. So what I was doing here was, this is now a secondary, so the yellow transition is to a secondary, the purple or blue transition is to a primary. So what happened here is that this host over here, which is now currently a secondary, became briefly a primary and then went back to a secondary again. So that's what this shows, this transition. If we zoom back out, we have a look at this event, this is a little bit more involved. So what we've got here is a restart, that's this red bar. Then we've got a blue bar transition to a primary. Then we've got a yellow bar transition to a secondary, and then another restart. I was doing some work on this host at the time, and you can see that I was probably changing the U-limits. That's most likely what was going on here. Then we move over to the primary, and you can see I was working on this as well. So what we've got here is a restart, a transition to secondary, and then a transition back to primary again.